instead of dumping all of my feelings onto you, knowing that you were also going through something, but also making sure that I didn't look to you for like the answers and solutions to all of my problems and things that maybe you did not cause in my life, but like, you know, looking to you to figure everything out for me or give me solutions and, you know, to help me heal. Which is, again, not to say that I couldn't talk to you at all, which I did a lot. We talked through it, but like making sure that I took care of myself so I didn't bring it into our relationship.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay. So what are we talking about today?
The three keys to a successful relationship.
Yeah, I would say at least our 3 key things.
Okay.
You have your 3 and I have my 3.
Yes.
We'll see how close they are to one another.
Watch them be completely opposite.
Okay. Well, then we'll start with, what do you think are the 3 main things for why we have a good relationship? Because we don't really argue very often. I mean, we've had a few, like 2.
I pick and choose my battles. I'm just kidding.
That's actually a really good point. Like I always say that
Gotta
too.
keep
like,
it humble.
No. Relax. No, I always say like to pick and choose your battles too. Like, is this like an argument that you're willing to like die on the hill for? Like, is it that important to you that you're willing to like get into a serious, I don't want to say fight, but like an argument that you
I feel like arguments it's also different than like bickering. I feel like it's easy for people to be like, to bicker.
Okay.
I feel like we bicker a lot about like dumb things like picking a movie or picking where to eat, but like as far as arguing,
we do it in a fun way though.
Yeah, as far as arguing,
it's only been like a few, and it was. Do you think it was like miscommunication, or do you think it was?
I feel like the thing with us is like I feel like we're both can be very stubborn.
Okay, that's fair.
And so with 2 stubborn people, I feel like it's easy. We eventually get there, but I feel like it's a bit, it's a mission for us to finally be like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Especially during quarantine, we had nothing to do but like ask each other fun questions or play cool card games or 21 questions or whatever. And like to actually like have a conversation. And I feel like maybe once you start to lose communication, and again, not just talking about your feelings, but like at all, I feel like when you do get into like bickering or arguments, then it seems like you're only talking about like the bad stuff or only talking about your feelings, which could, I don't know, maybe seem draining, but I feel like because we're able to have fun conversations all the time, like when things do get a little bit serious, I feel like we know how to handle it.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I kind of think I would just say I would agree. I would agree.
Okay.
So you would say your first one is like we communicate very well, like over communicate, I guess, not just on like a surface level kind of thing, or
yeah. I mean, yeah. So it's something as simple as like at the end of the day, we just talk about like what has gone on with our day, and like you know, we have no problem with holding a conversation.
Yeah, but I think I would also say that I think we do ask like questions that maybe people feel awkward asking, or maybe like they're kind of personal questions, or like I mean, at least I actually try to go out of my way to like ask questions like, did you like this? Did you not like the way I did this? Or, you always say I have a weird tone when I talk about certain things. You're always like, watch the. It's not what you say; it's how you say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the other thing. It's not just the communication. It's like actually trying to figure out the different nuances within what you say and what you ask as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. What's your second one?
Second one, I would say, I feel like you've said this before, but I'm gonna say it like in a
'cause
better way.
I always come
where
up with
you're
good
like,
ones.
no, we're together but separate, and but I take it as like during quarantine, we both individually went through something very difficult at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like we did a really good job, but made it a point to not bring it into our time together. So not saying that like,
Okay.
so for me, I went to therapy instead of, I have a lot of issues. cut that. Yeah, don't keep that.
It's not gonna happen. This is a one take. We're going.
I went to therapy instead of dumping all of my feelings onto you, knowing that you were also going through something, but also making sure that I didn't look to you for like the answers and solutions to all of my problems and things that maybe you did not cause in my life, but like, looking to you to figure everything out for me or give me solutions and, to help me heal. Which is, again, not to say that I couldn't talk to you at all, which I did a lot. We talked through it, but like making sure that I took care of myself so I didn't bring it into our relationship. And I feel like you did the same thing with what you were going through.
I think that's definitely like super huge in terms of I think even at like a young age, I remember thinking about this, or someone had told me it, or maybe I'd come up with it on my own. But like the fact that everyone always says like, oh, this person completes me. I always thought that was kind of weird. Like in terms of they think somebody else completes them because of what you just said, right? They're looking for like them to answer the questions that they can't solve themselves, like personal issues, things that they're going through. But I've always thought and still do think that those are 100% like your own growth. Like you learn to grow through yourself by figuring those solutions out. Now somebody could help you with that, but they're not going to like, you should never look to somebody for the answers to your problems because no one will know the answer except you. Like even if they gave you what you thought was a great solution to what you think is your problem, that doesn't mean it's still the correct one. So yeah, I totally think that you should be self-sufficient and happy with yourself and everything, and anybody that you bring into your life should just be an add-on to what you already have going and to like further push you and propel you into being a better person rather than having them be the person that makes you that person.
Yeah.
You're already a great person and they're just, keeping you up to the standard that you've set for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So that's two. You said communication and then this, I guess we're going to say like, be your own person, but don't look to somebody else to solve your problems, I guess.
Yeah.
But have somebody there that will help you. Okay. What's your last one?
Continuing to date. I feel like we've.
What?
Yeah, no.
Oh, you want to date other people?
No.
Oh.
No. Maybe. No. You can cut that too.
It was the clerk, wasn't it?
No, I feel like we do a pretty good job one day a week of making a date for ourselves, whether it be like going out and doing something like or going to a show or just picking out a really cool recipe to make for dinner and some wine but like making the time, because I feel like again that age-old saying where like if they want to, they would. So, you know,
What do you mean by that?
or like, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you know, like I feel like in some relationships they feel like the other person doesn't have time for them.
Okay.
But like you definitely can make the time.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be something, again, something grand like we're constantly going out every weekend, but it could definitely be something as easy as, again, picking out something cool to cook for dinner and cooking together.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So,
And I agree. I totally agree with it's just the thing of whenever you start dating somebody, like you're in this really giddy mood, you're always trying to plan things and you're thinking
honeymoon
of cool,
phase.
yeah, like the honeymoon phase. It's like you're trying to impress the heck out of this girl because like you want her, not the other guys. So like you're always thinking of cool things, you want to impress her. And let's say you guys end up like dating or something like that, that slowly like fades away. And that's kind of, I think, like a lot of problems, like people just feel unappreciated or like it just gets really stale because you've stopped doing the things that got you to where you are in the first place. It's really basic. I mean, it really applies to anything. It's like if you stop doing the basics, everything else just kind of fades away and gets stale. So
It's easy to fall into a routine.
yeah,
Of
definitely.
just come home.
I mean,
Sit
routines
down,
aren't
watch
bad.
it.
I would say
No,
like
but
80% of us is like routine, but like we still make it a central part of what we do, that we plan dates, we still have fun. We try to do, like you said, even if it's not like going out somewhere or going to a show or a concert or, you know, on vacation, we just do like little things at home. We cook, we'll do like drawing nights, game nights, like anything that we can come up with that we think is super fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are your 3 then?
2 of mine are the same. I thought we communicate extremely well. Like I always say that we over communicate. Like I think it's always error on the side of over communicating than under communicating, because things can absolutely get lost in translation. Like you might feel like you were expressing one thing and somebody could have like translated that without you saying it in a much different way, and then you kind of get upset. You're like, well, that's not what I meant. They're like, well, you didn't say anything, you didn't say it the way that you wanted it to be felt or expressed. So over communication for sure. My second one was, I think we do like keep dating, like don't stop dating. Like I always think of it as tomorrow a better version of me could sweep you off your feet. Not some other guy, just a better version of myself, you know.
Call me
else.
Adam Sandler.
What are you doing right now? I didn't know we were going with the low blows here.
Okay.
I will tear you to pieces if we want to go that route. God damn. Okay. Yeah, like we definitely keep our original like honeymoon phase dating always going. And I think my last one is almost like what you said. So we were almost like 3 for 3 on how we feel about our relationship. But I would say grow together but separately is a little bit different in my eyes, in terms of, I do agree with like don't look to somebody else to solve your problems. But I also feel it goes beyond that, in terms of grow separately but together, that you are growing in like your field. Like you don't have to be with each other all the time. That's kind of what I mean.
But I want to be with you all the time.
Like you're
This is the first time I'm hearing of this.
like you're able to have like your career, what you want to do. You still have your personal life, your friends, and everything. So you're able to grow in all areas of your life, but you can do that together but separately. Like I still have my friends, I go out, I see them, I have like what I want to do in my career, but we're still in this together and we still help each other in those same ways, in all aspects. So I would say it's just like a little step further than just like not me like being your your central voice for all your problems, but like in friends, your career, everything, being able to do it yourself and just have someone be like your biggest cheerleader for all of those things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we look at that. We're good.
With that said, you complete me. Okay.
you blew it. Anything else about what you feel about our relationship or relationships in general? If anybody else has an amazing relationship, what are your guys' secrets, your qualities for why it's a great relationship?
Yeah. And I mean,
I
like,
wonder what other people have.
I mean, our reasons could definitely be
It's
different
ours.
than
it's ours
than
for
others.
sure.
So
Absolutely. Like what works for us is not going to work for probably anybody else. You know, everybody has their own nuances, their own personalities and the way they do things. So that's cool to hear like other people's, this works for us.
yeah, for sure.
Like and subscribe.
Click that button down below, whichever one it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.